This is the Honda ST1100 that I just purchased. It's a 1993 bike, 20 years old. I purchased it in Phoenix yesterday, and I rode it all the way back from Phoenix to El Paso, Texas. A lot of the way was in triple-digit heat, but it just kept soaking down, drinking water and Gatorade, and I made it back with minimal discomfort. The bike performed beautifully in the hot weather. It has just under 60,000 miles on it. It's amazing how many miles these bikes go for. There's people who put over 200,000 miles on this particular model Honda, the ST1100. Very renowned for its reliability. I've had sportier bikes in the past. I've had a couple of VFR 800s. My first bike was a Ninja 500. I've had a Suzuki Bergman 650. Just for reference, I've ridden several friends' 600 and 750cc sports bikes. But I was looking for a bike that was comfortable for long distance and also good for commuting, and that could also handle pretty well in curvy roads. I was actually looking at a FJR or an ST1300. And while looking at ST1300s, I came upon this ST1100, and I started reading about it, and it seems a lot of people actually prefer the ST1100. This one is in pretty good shape for being as old as it is. Just got some minor cosmetic paint fading and things like that you would expect for a bike this old, but overall it's in good shape. And it is the model with ABS and traction control, which is it's amazing that Honda had ABS and traction control on a 93 bike, and actually their current ST1300 does not have traction control, and I don't think any of their bikes really do. They have ABS on a few, so it seems like cost cutting took priority over features at some point at Honda, because like I said, this is a 20-year-old bike and it's got traction control, which most modern Hondas, or I think all modern Hondas, go without. And the previous owner did add quite a few useful items. It has this clear view windshield that has a nice adjustable vent, and it's significantly higher. And it's at a perfect height for me. I'm pretty much right at 6 feet. But depending on how I position myself in the seat, I can look over the windshield or just through it. You can see it's got 5 different positions for adjusting the ventilation. Some other things the previous owner added: the top trunk, which is holds one helmet plus additional stuff. The side bags hold a helmet each. He also had replaced the steering head bearings for tapered bearings. He was noticing the bike would wander a little bit, so these tapered head bearings actually have a lifetime warranty. He also replaced the front fork seals, which is a common thing to go after so many miles on a bike. And he's got progressive springs, both front and rear, for a little bit better handling. And I rented an RT, a BMW RT. What is it now? The 1200, and I actually like this bike quite a bit better than the 2013 RT that I rented. The RT had a horribly uncomfortable seat, at least for the shape of my butt, I guess. But it was horribly uncomfortable even after just 30 minutes to an hour of riding. This bike, I rode it all the way in from Phoenix, and it's no more uncomfortable than a car seat would be. A decent car seat. It is a Corbin saddle, which also the previous owner added, and he had some custom foam placed inside of it. So it's got some soft foam, and then the standard high-density, very supportive Corbin foam. And he also reupholstered it recently with a marine-grade vinyl, which is supposedly more durable than the automotive stuff. So it's by far the most comfortable seat of any bike I've owned. It's very comfortable in general. The steering is very light, at pretty much all speeds, so it feels like it's very agile. And the bike likes large lean angles. It naturally falls into a very high lean angle. I mean, you can see here that I get pretty close to the edge of the tires, and it doesn't even feel like I'm trying to ride aggressively. It's just the bike just handles very well in general, and high lean angles feel very stable on the bike. The tires on the bike are Metzler Roadtech Z6 tires, and they handled wonderfully on the way here. So I think I'll probably stick with that tire unless I start seeing any issues with it. But the handling was excellent, and they seem to match the personality of the bike pretty well. He also gave me a battery tender. So this one issue with this bike is that it has a 28 amp alternator, and some people find that the battery can become discharged easier, and so a lot of people retrofit the alternator with a higher current alternator from a little bit later year bike, and if I start seeing some issues, I might do that retrofit. I think the previous owner also replaced the front and rear brake pads about 3,000 miles ago. And he's been replacing the oil with synthetic. Another feature the previous owner added was heated grips. It's got 2 temperature settings for the heated grips, which will be nice in the winter. It also has a throttle lock, which was really nice on the trip down here. Works as a cruise control, keeping the throttle steady. It makes it much more comfortable. You can take your hand off or relax it off of the throttle, to rest it. He also has this Ventura Headlight Protector. So I think basically he also installed these additional wind deflectors, and they come with a little nice extra mirror that helps check your blind spots. He also has a rear brake modulator, so whenever you apply the brakes, the rear brake lights will actually start flashing before they go solid, so it makes you more visible. What else did he add? He has what they call a tail bright kit. Basically, you have these retro reflective pieces here and here, and on the other bag, that will be highly reflective at night. Makes you more visible. And again, he added a Corbin saddle with custom foam that is amazingly comfortable, more comfortable than any bike I've had before. You can see the mileage there, pretty close to 60,000 miles on it. He also gave me this kickstand support. Whenever you park in gravel, you can put the kickstand in that to keep it from sinking in. And then he did also give me the Honda service manual in a 3-ring binder. I like working on my own bike, so that'll be very useful. And a common problem with these bikes is some corrosion on the rear swing arm. This one has a painted swing arm. I've seen pictures of them where it looks like they're not painted, so I'm wondering if one of the previous owners had it painted, or if they still corrode even when they're painted. So that's something I'm gonna look at closer. See if maybe the previous owner had it painted. Also, the exhaust is also known to have some rust issues, but I don't see any, at least not yet. But I am going to remove all the side panels and take a closer look at it. I paid just over $3,000 for this bike, which I think is an amazing deal for what it is. And I hope to get quite a bit of use out of it. I'd like to see me keep this bike till it's got well over 200,000 miles on it. But anyhow, that's it for now. I'll do some videos with me actually riding the bike at some point in the future.